What's going on, everybody? And today I'm bringing you some exciting news about some Battlefield 3 related DLC content. Now, if you're not familiar, uh, there's been few DLCs that are gonna come out soon. Which one? September. In about 2 months, the DLC Armored Kill expansion pack is coming out. So the one that just came out recently was Close Quarters, but the one right now is not right now exactly, but the one that's coming out in September is Armored Kill, and that was gonna be more focused on vehicles and pretty much vehicles. Vehicles, jets, helicopters, tanks, and that's kind of stuff. Before the first DLC was focused on more of the classic match, back to Karkin, and the second DLC was Close Quarters, which is focused more on infantry, more close quarters combat, and the third one's gonna be Armored Kill, which I just said. It's gonna be about vehicles and everything. But now there was a recent blog post that Battlefield tweeted out, and they caught my eye right there. And they said, well, one of the designers called his name is Inge Hallberg, I think. I think that's what I remember, something like that. Anyways, he wrote a blog post, a pretty lengthy blog post. It's not that long, but it's pretty. It's he describes what the map's gonna be, and some tips too. But one of the things that's caught me is that one of the maps in the Armor Kill expansion pack, it's gonna have the biggest map Battlefield has ever seen in the history of Battlefield. The biggest map of them all, the Granddaddy, the Big Daddy, the King's Coming, and it's just crazy. It's like whoa, 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 whoa. It's just gonna be crazy, and these guys were like, wait a minute. These guys were focusing more on close quarters at the time, and so they're like, oh, they're thinking of ideas of what to do. And so these guys, I guess one of the more hardcore Battlefielders, fans, they're like, why don't you guys make, like large maps and everything? I'm like, all right. But then one of the designers were like, whoa, why don't we make an extra large maps, And so they did. So they're working on these extra large maps on the Armored Kill expansion pack, and that's gonna be freaking crazy. And the largest one, is gonna be called, it's gonna be called Bandar Desert, and I think it's gonna be set in Iran, and I think it's gonna be in, if I recall correctly, I think it's gonna be in Iran. I'm not sure though, but don't take my word for it. It says in the blog post, but I just can't remember right now. And so they said that this one's gonna be the biggest map in Battlefield's history, and it's gonna be crazy because there's gonna be vehicles, jets, and tanks, and armored cars, and vehicles, and everything, and infantry. And the Age was describing how amazing that would be on the 64-player server with jets flying around and helicopters. I'm like, holy shit, man, that's crazy, man. I gotta get myself a PC like that, they can handle all this shit. But anyways, they wanted to one of the challenges that they faced was they didn't want to make the map, it's gonna be extra large, but they didn't want to make it boring. I was like, oh my god, it's too freaking far away. Oh man, you know what? Forget this. This map sucks. Because that's the thing that these guys gotta worry about. The map is too big, but it could be either like super fun, you can have a blast, with your teammates and everything, or it could be super boring. It's like, oh man, it's too big. I'm not going all the way over there. Screw that. I'm just gonna camp it here, wait for the jet to spawn, and I'm just gonna mess around with my teammates and piss everyone off. Anyways, so these guys were like, all right, we gotta fix this. We gotta make sure it fits all the game modes, with no compromises and everything. So it'll be fun for everybody like that. There's gonna be some villages around there. There's gonna be like all these tank battles, all this stuff, jets and things, and just flying everywhere, and it's gonna be crazy. Now, one of the limitations, due to the console limitations, there's not gonna be no 64 players, man. The max is gonna be 24, maybe 24, I believe. And you know, maybe 24 is you know, maybe too small for those big maps, because you know, Catherine Border with 24 players is, you know, it's a big map for the consoles and everything. That's why in Catherine Border, like, you know, on the PC, the great thing about that is you guys could play on 64 players, and that's pretty, you know, awesome. That's like the real Battlefield thing. And so they were, you know, Angel Hopper was describing, like, you know, how Battlefield fans, they like the large maps in Battlefield 2, I think. Was it Battlefield 2? Then 14, maybe something. You know, don't hate me on that. I don't remember that. Anyways, so like, you know, and they're really proud of this map, you know, that they're making, and I'm really excited to play this map, you know. Dude, but I'm using a console, so I'm not gonna get the full experience that the PC players are gonna get. But that's okay, man. I have a console. I don't have a PC, a gaming PC that can handle all that, and that's pretty much fine. But you know, these guys, you know, they know this. Not a lot of people have you know, good, like, expensive PCs that could run the you know, the game on max settings and everything. So you know, most of their sales were for console sales. And so, you know, these guys have to, you know, keep that in mind. You know, alright, it's gonna be awesome, a 64 player, you know, server, but we also gotta make it badass for the, you know, the console players, you know. But I'm pretty sure these guys are gonna do a great job, and I really can't wait for the Armored expansion pack that's gonna come out in maybe next September. Was it September 8th? Was it? Let me check. I'm not sure. Yeah, September. There's no exact date, but it's September. And it points out in the article, well, actually a blog or article, whatever, that how big it is, you know, in terms of size and everything. And it's pretty big, and it's, I think Caspian Border said it's 1,100 meters between the U.S. and Russian deployments, and around, you know, oh, let me just read it what it says, right? You know, quote unquote, 1,100 meters between the U.S. and Russian deployments, around 800 meters the difference between width and length. So you count the distance between your spawn jet and the enemy spawn jet, you end up 2,400 meters on Bandar's, you know, desert. So in total, where you spawn at from the U.S. and Russian deployments, it's 1,100 meters. But if you add the spawn where the jets are, the spawn points where the jets are at, it adds up to 2,400 meters, and that is huge, man. That is huge. So that's gonna be, you know, pretty cool. You know, I can't really wait for this. You know, PS3 premium users are gonna get it, you know, first, which I'm gonna bring it to you guys. So, you know, tell me what you guys think about this. Are you excited for a super extra large, super sized map for Call of Duty 3? You know, let me know, man, because I know I am. I'm excited for this, man. I'm pretty cool. You know, I like using the vehicles and everything. That's the one thing cool about Battlefield 3, the vehicles, and they make it awesome and everything. Well, anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. That's it for me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.